The psychology of spending money. Why we buy what keeps us broke. Why do people making $40,000 a year and people making $400,000 a year often have the same problem? They're both broke, not because they don't earn enough, because they don't understand the psychology of spending. Most people think money leaves their wallet because of need. In reality, money usually leaves because of emotion. Today, we're going to break down exactly why people spend money, how companies influence those decisions, and how the wealthy think differently. Step 1. Money is emotional, not logical. Most purchases are emotional first and logical second. Think about the last thing you bought that you didn't need. Maybe it was shoes, maybe it was takeout, maybe it was something from Amazon. You probably didn't say, based on my long-term financial objectives, this purchase maximizes my future wealth. You said, I want it. That's emotion. Researchers have found that emotional centers of the brain activate before logical reasoning kicks in. In simple terms, you feel first, you justify later. That's why people often buy things and then create reasons to explain the purchase afterward. The first battle for your money is emotional. Step 2. Your brain loves instant gratification. Your brain is wired to seek rewards, and it loves rewards that happen immediately. Saving $100 feels boring. Investing $100 feels slow. Buying something today feels exciting. The problem is that wealth is built through delayed gratification. The wealthy learn to sacrifice small pleasures today for larger rewards tomorrow. Most people do the opposite. They sacrifice tomorrow for pleasure today. That's why a person can spend $7 every day on lunch without thinking twice, but struggle to invest $50 a week. One gives an immediate reward. The other requires patience. The brain naturally chooses now. Wealth requires choosing later. Step 3. Many purchases are about identity. People don't just buy products, they buy versions of themselves. A luxury car isn't transportation, it's a statement. Designer clothes aren't fabric, they're status. The newest phone isn't communication, it's identity. Many people spend money trying to become the person they want others to see. The wealthy often focus on becoming wealthy first and looking wealthy later. That's a huge difference. One group buys symbols, the other buys assets. Step 4. Companies study human weaknesses. Every time you open social media, visit a website, or walk into a store, you're entering a carefully designed spending environment. Companies spend billions studying human behavior. Why? Because understanding psychology increases sales. That's why stores place certain products at eye level. That's why websites show countdown timers. That's why you'll see phrases like, only 2 left, limited time, act now. These tactics create urgency. They make your brain fear missing out. The more emotional you become, the less logical you become. The wealthy recognize marketing. The average consumer reacts to it. Step 5. Lifestyle inflation is the silent wealth killer. Let's say someone gets a raise. They start earning more money. What usually happens? They upgrade everything. Better car, better apartment, more subscriptions, more eating out, more shopping. Soon they're making more money, but somehow still living paycheck to paycheck. This is called lifestyle inflation. Every raise becomes an excuse to spend more. The wealthy often do something different. When income rises, they increase ownership first. They buy assets before upgrading lifestyles. The average person celebrates income. The wealthy celebrate ownership. Step 6. The wealthy create spending systems. Most people rely on willpower. That's a mistake. Willpower eventually gets tired. Systems don't. The wealthy often create rules. For example, before buying something, wait 24 hours. Invest first, spend second. Separate spending accounts from investing accounts. Track every dollar. Ask one powerful question. Will this purchase put money in my pocket or take money out of my pocket? These systems remove emotion from financial decisions. And when emotion leaves, better decisions usually follow. Step 7. Every dollar is a worker. Imagine every dollar you earn is an employee. You can send that employee shopping, or you can send that employee to work. Most people spend their dollars. The wealthy deploy their dollars. $1 buys entertainment, another dollar buys ownership, one disappears. The other returns with friends. That's the difference between consumption and wealth creation. The wealthy don't ask, what can I buy? They ask, what can this money become? The biggest financial battle isn't happening in your bank account. It's happening in your mind. Because every purchase starts as a thought, every financial habit starts as a belief, and every wealthy family eventually learns one lesson. If you can't control your spending psychology, you'll never control your financial future. The goal isn't to stop spending. The goal is to make every dollar serve your future instead of your impulses. Want to learn how wealthy families protect and grow wealth across generations? Check out our ILIT guide and Family Bank guide. Build assets, build systems, build a legacy. Visit BlackDollar&Culture for more wealth building content.